They say Peru was born from the breath of the gods, when Pachamama whispered secrets to the stone and Inti, the sun, illuminated the paths of the impossible. It's a land where legends walk hand in hand with reality, where mountains speak, rivers sing, and every valley holds a mystery. Here, the Incas built cities that touched the sky, wove paths over abysses, and left signs only time dares to decipher. But Peru is older than any empire. It is the beating heart of the Andes, shaped by invisible forces, nourished by living traditions, and enchanted by stories that still echo in the stones. Traveling through it is like crossing portals between the real and the magical, where each landscape is a myth in motion and each breath a reunion with the sacred. Huancaya. In the heart of the Nor Yauyos Cochas Landscape Reserve, between cascading waterfalls and emerald-toned lagoons, the sound of the current blends with birdsong. A natural temple carved by the patience of time. Stone paths, colonial bridges, and scenic viewpoints reveal a visual symphony. Walking here is like gliding through a liquid dream. During the rainy season, the green intensifies and the waterfalls come to life, creating flowing veils in motion. A little-known sanctuary capable of redefining the meaning of natural beauty. Huacachina. Huacachina appears like a miracle in the desert. Rolling dunes embrace a quiet lagoon, where the wind draws spirals and the sun paints the edges with liquid gold. Here, silence tastes like hot sand and mirages. The boldest slide down the sand mountains on boards, while others watch the sunset reflected in the green waters. Legend says the lagoon was born from a weeping princess, and those who bathe in it may receive her protection. At night, the sky lights up like an inverted planet, an unlikely and fascinating refuge in the heart of aridity. Paracas. In the coastal desert of Paracas, the sea meets the stone in natural sculptures shaped by the wind. The coastline reveals sheer cliffs, sea lion colonies, and the enigma of the candelabra, a giant geoglyph pointing toward mystery. All under the eternal gaze of the Pacific. The Ballestas Islands, with their marine arches and surreal formations, are home to penguins and exotic birds. The wind carries ancient stories of fishermen and pre-Columbian gods. In Paracas, the ocean is not just a boundary. It's a living narrative that shapes rocks, legends, and horizons. Cañón de los Perdidos. The Cañón de los Perdidos plunges the landscape into a surreal abyss. Twisting ravines, marine fossils, and ochre tones create a prehistoric scene. It feels as if the earth opened to reveal its oldest memories. Carved by extinct rivers, the canyon is a geology book with pages of silence and wind. The crossing is dry, but full of discoveries. Natural tunnels, stone staircases, and chasms where only the sound of time echoes. An ancestral labyrinth that challenges the gaze and awakens the imagination. Laguna 69. And Chacraraju, climbing the Andes, the scenery transforms. The thin air leads us to Laguna 69 and the majestic Chacraraju Mountain. The lagoon shines like a turquoise eye among snowy giants, while the mountain rises like a guardian of ice and silence. The hike is demanding but rewarding. Glacial waterfalls, golden ichu fields, and the sound of wind between peaks. At the top, the blue of the water looks unreal, as if the sky had spilled there by mistake. Chacraraju, imposing and serene, completes the scene like a sacred sculpture, a moment of pure contemplation. Lagunas de Alto, Peru. The cold deepens at the Lagunas de Alto, Peru, hidden in Cajamarca. Dozens of natural mirrors suspended in the highlands, where every reflection carries the whisper of clouds and the calm of altitude. The nearly untouched lakes shift between sky blue and jade green. Shepherds guide silent herds by the water's edge, while birds cut through the clear sky. Time slows down, and the spirit finds peace. It's a place that seems drawn by stillness itself. Gocta Waterfall. In the high jungle, the Gocta Waterfall plunges nearly 800 meters, about 2,600 feet, tearing through vegetation in veils of mist. They say a protective mermaid lives there, and those who listen closely can hear her call between the splashes. The trail to it is a journey through cloud forests, hummingbirds, and butterflies. As you get closer, the roar of the water grows stronger, and the sight of the massive fall stuns the senses. Few places in the world combine raw power and ethereal delicacy so beautifully, a hidden spectacle deep within nature. Palccoyo. From green to color, the mountains of Palccoyo rise like torn flags in the sky. Vibrant layers of purple, red, and yellow stain the slopes in impossible angles. A petrified rainbow, born of geological fury and the poetry of time. Still largely unexplored, this range is a sanctuary of silence and color. Every step reveals a new perspective, a new palette. It's like walking inside a painting. Red River, Pucamayu. Right next door, the Red River of Pucamayu winds between mountains, tinted by minerals and Andean mysticism. It's as if the Earth's blood flows just beneath the surface, exposing veins of fire beneath the frozen sky. Its banks are home to herders and flocks, and the sound of water recalls ancient chants. An ephemeral spectacle that only appears after heavy rains, making it all the more precious. Lares Trek. The Lares Trek takes us through villages like Wheelock and valleys like Choquequirao, where time walks slowly. Men weave stories into fabrics, women harvest songs in the silence of the mountains, and every turn reveals a new wonder. Along the way, the mirror of Lake Suetucocha reflects the sky with dreamlike clarity. The steps are slow, but the heart races. Here, mountains don't rise as barriers, but as sacred cathedrals sculpted by the wind. Seven Lagoons of Ausangate. We arrive at the Seven Lagoons of Ausangate, a necklace of colorful waters adorning the snowy giant. Each lagoon holds a hue: sapphire, jade, amber, and the distant creaking of ice reminds us that we are in the realm of the gods. The trail is challenging but rewarding. Llamas and alpacas cross the path under the watchful gaze of ancient mountains, a place where the body is exhausted, but the soul soars. A Humantay Lake. Nearby, Humantay Lake emerges like a glacial gem. Emerald green, it rests beneath a wall of ice. They say it is sacred, and that its waters heal those who arrive in silence and reverence. The trail demands breath, but each step is a prayer. At the top, the wind blows like an ancestral mantra, a natural temple where emotion overflows. Choquequirao. Continuing through the Inca Valley, The path narrows until it reveals the majestic Choquequirao, the citadel hidden between abysses. Larger than Machu Picchu, yet almost deserted, it rests like a secret, challenging those who dare to climb its endless stairways. Agricultural terraces, solar temples, and a dizzying view compose this forgotten sanctuary. The feeling is of pure discovery, of being among the first to decode an ancient enigma. Huancaya. Not far from there lies the mythical Huancaya, the last Inca rope bridge, swaying above the Apurimac Canyon. Rebuilt every year by local communities, it's more than a crossing. It's a living ritual that connects past and present. Every braided fiber carries the strength of generations. And crossing it is like walking inside the living history of the Andes. Tinajani Canyon. In the south, Tinajani Canyon reveals natural sculptures in reddish stone that resemble mythical figures. Among columns, caves, and arches, the wind whistles ancestral songs that speak of the origin of the earth and humankind. The sunset transforms everything into a blazing altar, a place where stone tells stories without words. Millpu Lake. Ascending into Ayacucho, we find the surreal Millpu Lake. From above, its natural pools form a cascade of almost supernatural turquoise. A place where time seems to stop, where the gaze gets lost and the spirit reconnects. Few reach this place, but those who do understand, some destinations speak directly to the soul. Inti Sun Gate. Before reaching the final destination, the traveler comes upon Inti, the legendary Sun Gate. It was through here that ancient Inca pilgrims first glimpsed Machu Picchu. And it is through here that hearts race upon seeing the sacred city emerge from the mist. The stone gate, aligned with the sunrise on the solstice, is more than a viewpoint. It is a living metaphor of revelation. Crossing it feels like awakening from a 1,000-year dream. Machu Picchu. And finally, Machu Picchu, the city in the clouds, the stone sanctuary that touches the sky. Seen from above, it reveals its sacred shape, like a condor perched among the mountains. It is the end and the beginning, the summit and the portal. Every stone holds a mystery, every step an ancient prayer. A place where time doesn't pass, it breathes. Peru is not just a destination. It's a journey between worlds. A mirror of the sacred, a poem written in ice, stone, and fire. And when the images fade, the silence will still carry the echo of these heights.